Almost through the afternoon. We've almost made it. I need some audience participation. Show of hands. How many people here absolutely live to cold call strangers, to grind leads, get ghosted, follow up for the 7th time in a week? No hands. Okay. I didn't think so. How many of us have received a call that the person on the other end of the line says, I've seen your stuff. You do great work. I've learned so much following you. Thank you so much. Where's the application? Right? That is an amazing feeling. That's what happens when your brand speaks before you do. And today, in 2025, more than ever, your brand speaks to the consumer way before you ever get a chance to. So what I want to talk about today, and Braden did an excellent job when he talked about a lot of the tactical stuff. I want to talk about why you want to build a brand that speaks before you do. And I want to get you excited about doing that into the future. And I'm going to tell you my story. Not everybody here knows what I've been up to over the last decade. For those of you who don't know, I'm Matt Gouge, affectionately known as Matt the Mortgage Guy. I've probably shown up in your YouTube algorithm over the last decade, just spitting easy to understand mortgage content and empowering buyers to make smart decisions. And what that's done for me is rather incredible, and I want to share it, right? Again, Braden shared the tactical, and it was phenomenal stuff. Wherever you are, Braden, really good stuff when it comes to the tactical. But I want to show you how a normal guy like me, who was brand new to mortgage in 2014, can press record and create leads that come to you. They already know, like, and trust you. And so my story, I'm going to tell you in 3 parts. The spark, the grind, and the payoff. Hopefully I spark something in some of you. Like Braden mentioned, only 1 or 2 of you are going to take action today. 1 or 2 of you maybe will find your spark in the next, might be you. Back in 2014, I was brand new to mortgage. I had somebody kind of pull me into the industry. I was managing a poker room, a lot of fun. Those stories are for another day. As I was getting started, I was getting a lot of the same questions day in and day out, like a lot of you guys probably get. Like, should I pay points? Why would I pay points? How do escrow accounts work? And I had this bright idea that, you know what? If I recorded a video, I wouldn't have to have this 8-minute conversation 75 times. I could record the video, and if somebody had the question, I could share it. And if 5 or 6 people in my market, in my community, had this question, maybe nationwide, a lot of other people had that question. So really, it was my intention to serve and educate on why I started the YouTube channel. If you go back to February of 2015 and you go into YouTube and type Matt the Mortgage Guy, Mortgage Mondays, episode 1, it is horrendous. Like we all have the same story, right? Where the audio sucks, the lighting sucks. But I made a promise to myself that I was going to record a video a week. I knew not only could I educate and empower people, but I was also going to get better myself by doing that. So I told myself I'm going to make Mortgage Mondays every Monday, and I'm going to do that for a year. A year turned into 2, and then after 2 years, I had 100 videos on 100 different topics, questions that people had. And what started to happen is, like I brought up in my intro, people would call and all the rapport had been built, right? They weren't needing to be sold, and I didn't have to have the most amazing sales pitch. They were ready to start working with me. And so the grind, when I talk about, you know, the spark, the grind, and the payoff, the grind part of this, I want people to know that, like, I think YouTube is phenomenal. There's a few people in this room that I know that are having success with it. It takes a lot of work. You can't post 5 videos and expect to have results. Emmett knows that. But man, oh man, is it worth it. And when I talk about the payoff, I'm going to tell you some of the crazy numbers that, you know, a guy who's not as good looking or charismatic as Eddie Perez. I don't have fancy words like Jordan Peterson had yesterday. I got a ton of business through it. So the grind was real. 1 video a week turned into 2, because as I started to get traction, I thought to myself, well, if I'm growing at this pace at 1 video a week, what happens when I do 2? And so by 2019 or 20, I had 1,000 videos on YouTube. And the good news for all you is you don't have to make 1,000 videos. You can shortcut this. I did everything wrong. And the best way to learn that will replace any course you could ever buy is just make the gosh darn videos, make mistakes, and then learn from it. And so the payoff that finally came in 2020 or 2021, you guys can shortcut that, I promise. You could probably do it in months and not years, was phenomenal. And I tell you this not to brag or not for accolades, but because it's possible for anybody. 280 people a month were raising their hand, and by raising their hand, they're filling out a form. My call to action was go to greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out the form. Me and my team would be happy to help you. 280 people a month were raising their hand. I was such an idiot that I was only licensed in California, so I literally gave 220 of those away to AIM in 2020 and 2021. I probably gave away $1 million in commissions. As long as they got called back, I wanted my reputation to stay intact, but I closed a couple $100 million in those 2 years, and probably 60% of it was from social. And I'm sharing that because I want somebody, the 1 or 2 people here today, they're going to take action to realize what gold there is in having your brand speak before you do. And YouTube specifically, I'm passionate about because I think it's the bottom of the funnel. There's TikTok and Instagram and other platforms, and I've seen people have success in all of them. When somebody is watching an 8 to 10 minute long form YouTube video on should I pay points, how does a 2-1 buy down work, they are pre-approved. They're putting in offers this weekend. These people are like ready to go. So the payoff is phenomenal. And I just wanted to share my story because still, even today, and the thing about it is there was some hyper growth. Braden mentioned like 10 to 20,000 subscribers. Everything's changed in social. Like you can make good content and drive hundreds of leads and close hundreds of loans without a big subscriber base. It used to be like there was a really like tight correlation between subscribers and views and leads. Nowadays, the algorithm just, it rewards good content. So go out there and make it. So in closing, your brand is speaking for you. And even if you're not gonna be a social media, influencer, or whatever you wanna call it, even your referrals, your realtor referrals, your referrals from your family and friends, they're going to look you up online. So your brand is speaking whether you like it or not. So what is your brand saying? My call to action as I close today, because again, I just want to pump you up to go do it. I just want to show you that it's possible, and there's tactical stuff all over the place. Earlier, Jesse talked about David Goggins, and I remember a really powerful piece of David Goggins content that I saw where he said, what if? What if? What if I was the 36th black man to pass Navy SEALs? What if? A bunch of what ifs. What if you posted 2 pieces of content for the next 12 months? What if that's the thing that took you out of the slump you're in and catapulted your business? What if after 100 pieces of content, you realize I'm pretty darn good at this? People like me, they trust me. I'm connecting with people. So what if? Thank you.